Hey everybody, it's the Nitty Professor here with my top 6 reasons for wearing heritage boots. Now I can't necessarily ascribe these 6 reasons to other wearers of heritage boots. These are my reasons and the order is my order. In addition, I'm sure that this has probably already been done before, but I just wanted to share my take. And so we're going to start with reason number 6, which is that they last forever. And as an illustration of that principle, I have here my Evergreen Chiha boots by Truman. These, I like to say that they are built like tanks. They can really, get the box down here, take it on the chin. Hopefully I'm kind of like that, so I can use these as role models, right? Can really put up with a lot of wear and tear. And the build on a boot like this is really spectacular in my opinion. Got a really thick midsole in addition to everything else, and then you've got the where the clocks are going off today. You've got this very hard wearing commando sole, and of course very tough leather, excellent stitching. All the components are high quality, and the sort of crowning touch, they're resolable. So heritage boots can be resoled for as long as the uppers aren't just completely torn apart. And with leather like this, that's going to take a long time. So I think that for many heritage boot wearers, very common argument is that they will last forever. They're resolable. They're just never going to wear out. And I kind of have to chuckle at my older son. He's a big Nike fan, and he'll complain about, oh, I only got a year's wear of use, amount of wear out of this pair of shoes, and the soles are, compressing and getting smooth and everything. And I'm like, well, you should wear my boots. So I haven't convinced him yet. My younger son is the heritage boot lover. By the way, he's looking forward to coming on the channel here when he's home for Christmas. So anyhow, we still have a little bit of work to do with my eldest to convince him that he should adopt the heritage boot style. Who knows, maybe this video will help him. So let's go to reason number 5. So looks, I think, are a really good reason to wear heritage boots. So to illustrate this principle, I have here my Rancourt Byron boots, and I've commented before on how I think these serve great purpose as far as being appropriate for like a professional type of setting. And I'm not the most feminine person in the world, but I think even when I wear these boots, I certainly come across as, I don't know, more appropriate for conferences, presentations, concerts, that kind of thing. So I'm not a really formal person. I'm sure you've gathered that by now, but to the extent that I need to at least look professional and wear, a nice pair of pants or something, these will work, especially when I'm wearing, a hand knit sweater. I think that comes across as I care about my appearance, and certainly boots like these Byrons illustrate that well. We've got a beautiful cap toe. The leather is gorgeous, beautiful construction. I like how, the stitching matches the uppers, which a lot of heritage boots, they have contrasting stitching. And we have just a little bit more subtlety to the laces. We do have speed hooks on these boots, but they're not the heavier leather laces. They're a little bit daintier kind of wax cotton lace that they use on these boots, and a slimmer profile, even in the width sense of the word, a bit more of an accentuated point. Just really looking good in every sense of the word. So I think looks is another great reason to wear beautiful boots with beautiful leather. And moving on to reason number 4. So number 4, tradition. Tradition, feeling like you're a part of history. To illustrate this point, I'm going to bring out these Hawthorne Muleskinner Iron Rangers that you've seen. I think they really fit the bill as far as demonstrating a connection to history. We don't really see that quite so much in you know, a boot like the Byron boots or even the Truman boots. I forgot. I don't know. I think it was a Reddit post or something. It was pointing out recently that Truman's only been around for 10 years. Well, Iron Ranger's been around for a century. And that's one of the reasons why we heritage boot lovers really enjoy wearing something like this. The connection to history, the connection to tradition, the connection to our ancestors, the connection to the work of the people who came before us, and to their lifestyles, their closeness to the earth, their value of nature, for example. I think all of that really comes out in a boot like this, where you have a lot of natural components. And traditionally, these would have been made with leather sole. They're not anymore. But the look and the build of these goes back decades and decades. And to the extent that we don't want to go back to the era where the right and left boot were the same because they didn't have the, I don't know, whatever it was that it took during the Civil War to actually have a last for each foot. I think we're going pretty far back with a boot like this, and we do feel connected to history in a very powerful way. So that's reason number 4. And let me set these down. I got a dog on the floor. I don't want to hit my dog with the boots. It's a danger. So for number 3, supporting U.S. workers. I think supporting U.S. workers is a fantastic reason to invest in heritage boots. Now, that being said, a lot of heritage boots now are coming out of Indonesia. We even have some out of China. But in my personal case, I really value supporting the American economy. In fact, I'm probably going to do a review of, I don't have it here, but I'm reading this book called American Flannel, and I'm getting, hey Paris, got a cat. I'm getting towards the end of it. Rancourt is actually featured in that book, so I'll probably do a review on its commentary on American industries related to clothing and the, you know, how they disappeared. And to the extent that I, as a consumer, can support American workers, the persistence of the manufacturing of clothing, of the things that we put on our bodies here in this country, I really prefer to do it. So I was reading up on the Wolverine 1,000 Miles. That's the boot that I'm holding up here and that Paris is admiring. Actually, I think she's looking for a mouse. But in any case, the all the components here are from the United States. We have leather from Illinois. We have the Vibram sole from Pennsylvania. Let me see if I can show you where it says Vibram there. It says Paris. Paris, you're going to have to get out of the way. I have a hyper cat here. Vibram, yeah, I'm pretty sure it says it right there. And my understanding is those soles are made in Pennsylvania. The laces are made in South Carolina. So even though Wolverine as a company is worldwide, and they have centers in Vietnam, China, and all the rest, for their heritage line, they really do try to privilege, you know, the idea of made in the USA. And I honor them for doing that. I'm probably going to do a video pretty soon on the pros and cons of the Wolverine 1,000 Mile boots. I am very pro about them. There are a few things that I wouldn't mind changing, but overall, I like having something on my feet that American workers made. These are made in Michigan, in Rockford, and it says it right inside. I don't know if we can see, get a light on the inside label there, but it actually does say that, Rockford, Michigan. Makes me kind of proud. My ancestors came here in the 17th century. We haven't been around here as long as my Lakota and Dakota friends in the state, but 1632 till now, that's going on 400 years of my ancestors being in the U.S. And, you know, I think it's sort of natural to want to be proud of your ancestors and who you are. It's a big part of it. So there you have it. Reason number 3. Reason number 2. Reason number 2 also is probably going to resonate. Hey, kitty cat. Don't mess up my chintzy Red Wing box. Oh, she's really going to town down there. Quality. Number 2. Reason number 2. Quality. To illustrate quality, I have my White's Main Street boots, which I bought in Spokane at the store there. These are also made in the United States, even though White's company was taken over by, I understand they were taken over by a Japanese conglomerate, but the actual manufacturing center of the boots, they're still, you know, PNW, Pacific Northwest, very, very keen on high quality uh, components, high quality workmanship, and it shows. When you're wearing something like this, you stand out. It's just everything is done well. The last, the fit, the stitching, the leather, even the lining. This has a gorgeous lining. I think it's calfskin. Can't swear to it, but I assume it is. Again, it's all American components as far as I know, apart from the British day-night sole, which also exemplifies high quality. Look at the quality of the stitching. This is just, if you brought this boot to a cobbler, they would say, wow, I could resole that in a heartbeat. That's really well made. That's got a wonderful Goodyear welt, and it's a top-notch product that is worth the amount of money that was invested in it. So quality is my number 2 reason. I like to have quality items, on my body. It's one of the reasons why I make my own handmade sweaters from quality wool, because it just feels good. I think we deserve to be treated well to the extent that we can afford it. Why wear throwaway clothes that don't feel good? They probably don't look nearly as good as people think. It's just like a fashion whim when you can wear something like this that's classic, that's going to hold up, and that every piece of it is just sort of the epitome of quality. I think that's a really good reason to buy heritage boots. So my top reason might surprise you a little, might not surprise you too much. So I'm going to tell you a little story as I get out my Truman dark Howdy rough out boots. I was talking to my sister, and she revealed to me the other day that she sprained her ankle at work. And I was like, what kind of shoes are you wearing? And she only wears one kind of shoe because of her feet, which is Keens, but they are shoes, they are not boots. And I kind of went in with her. We sort of discussed, if you had 6 or 7 inch boots on, you wouldn't have sprained your ankle. And she's in a lot of discomfort. She has to wear a boot, and she had like one of those orthopedic boots, and she has to take a lot of pain medicine, and it's hard to exercise. There are just a lot of consequences from wearing shoes where the likelihood of spraining your ankle at a work site or rough terrain, really almost anywhere, unless you work inside a Walmart store or something like that, there are going to be tripping hazards pretty much everywhere, unless you just sit in your chair. So I feel strongly that there are health reasons, compelling health reasons to wear heritage boots, well-made boots, well-constructed boots, boots that support your ankles, and boots that don't ask your feet to do all this sort of, squirming around in order to compensate for all the shifting and changing in the, levels of the pavement, rough pavement. It's just a lot on your body when your feet aren't stable, your ankles aren't stable, you're not protected. You could have, anything could like land on your foot. Not that these are steel-toed boots, so there are limits, but this, the toe gives me, I could kick rocks. In fact, I do, I think. I can kick things out of the way, and I'm not going to worry about my toe getting stubbed, for example. I'm not going to worry about spraining my ankle. They align my knees, my hips, my back. They help my posture. And as a result of wearing heritage boots, I have had both my hips replaced. And a few years back, I was having renewed problems again. And my younger son, the boot lover, he was like, well, you should try wearing Iron Rangers. And that was like my intro into the heritage boot phenom. And of course, I always liked boots for my entire life. I just wasn't always in a position to where I could get them. They weren't always available. So I started wearing boots regularly whenever I was walking around outside, just almost anytime. I'll wear a sneaker from time to time. I'll wear a dress shoe from time to time, but it's pretty rare. And when I start, going out to walk the dogs, I'm going to put my boots on. I remember a few weeks ago, I went out to walk the dogs in a pair of sneakers, and I came home after a half mile. I was like, nope, I got to put my boots on. So my number one compelling reason for wearing heritage boots is to protect my joints, protect my posture, protect my health, and decrease pain, all that good stuff. So on that note, I'd be really interested in further discussion, what your reasons are, why you wear heritage boots, why Paris maybe should wear heritage boots too. What do you think, Paris? Huh? And let me know what you think of my list. Let me know if you would reorder it, if you would change things in and out, what have you. So thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful work week. We'll see you soon. Bye.